It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports. Here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the Commissioner's Corner, our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Paul, last time we talked, it was before Christmas. I'm certain that everything went well for you and the Neidig family relative to Christmas, and I hope you're excited about the new year.
No, I am, Coach. You know how it is. It's Christmas is always so special, and as I walk through this life, I get to enjoy it now with grandkids, and to see the look on their face, it's just something pretty special. But you know, the new year comes, and we're going to play a little basketball and swim and wrestle and do all those things that are what high school student athletes do.
Well, I think it's a great time for people to get out and be able to play games. You can travel further, play different regions. We've talked about this topic before because, frankly, I was starting to prepare some things and noticed that in the latter parts of January, we will have the girls pairing show for the IHSAA Girls Basketball Championship, and it is literally right around the corner when we'll be playing girls basketball. Sectionals will begin at the end of January and into February, and that's right upon us.
It is. We're a month away from tournament time, so teams they're working hard right now in the gym with some extra time without the classroom pressures that students have. But the coaches are really working to get their teams in tip-top shape and get the adjustments made to their schemes, and so they're ready to make this last run to get ready for that tournament time, because that's the goal, to get to that tournament and walk through that to eventually gain Bridge Fieldhouse.
I hate to be the guy to bring up COVID, but I think it's incumbent upon us. Are you beginning to? Are you the slightest bit apprehensive about what's ahead of us? Judging from cancellations of college games and what the professional leagues are dealing with, it has to cause you some great concern right now.
It does, and my main concern, though, is for that kid that misses a game or misses an opportunity. And when we know that we can do some things that are within our control to limit the risk, and I think we need to make sure that we're focused on those as we walk into the new year, because, you know, as we've talked before, Bob, that time you get to put that uniform on is so special, and it's such a short period of time in your life that every game really matters. And I hope that we can walk through this. We do it with some intelligence, but we'll give these kids an opportunity to play, and that's so important for them.
Well, you have the template from last year, and it seemed to work very, very well. And, you know, that gives you great optimism in a sense that we handled some difficult circumstances a year ago very, very well, and gives you confidence that we can handle what's thrown at us in the future.
No doubt. And especially when we're here in the state of Indiana, we'll assess the situation, understand what we're dealing with, make the best decisions we can, but I don't want to do it anywhere else other than here in Indiana. I can tell you that, Bob.
All right. I'm sure you got out and saw some games over the holidays, didn't you?
You know, I haven't. I'm actually going to head out soon. I've been spending a little time with family, kind of shut down a little bit, but I do know, talked to Brian Lewis was out yesterday and watched 5 games at the Wabash Valley Classic yesterday, sitting in the gym at Terre Haute North. So staff's been out watching a lot of games, but we'll be out some more here, and certainly as the new year turns, going to be out a lot more.
He is the commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. This is our weekly conversation about all things relative to the IHSAA and their student athletes and the sports in which they compete. Commissioner, Happy New Year to you, your family, your staff, and everybody around the state. And let's hope it will be as productive as this past year has been in many, many ways for everyone.
Thanks, Coach. And I really do appreciate everything that you do and your team to promote high school athletics across the state. It's just one of the things that makes it special.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
All right, welcome everyone to this final home edition of Blue Swish Basketball. On the call here tonight for the Hoosier North Athletic Conference matchup between the Trojans and the Warriors. I'm Andy O'Hara alongside Anna McIntyre and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. Tonight, two teams with identical conference records look to break a couple of ties here tonight. Both stand 2-2 this season in the Hoosier North play, and the series between these two teams all time is tied at 3 games apiece. Winamac comes in as winners of their last 3 meetings, and the Trojans come in as the home favorites here tonight on senior night. First up for the Warriors on the season, coming with 5 wins and looking for their first win of 2022. While their season hasn't gone quite the way they've wanted, this is a team that can play hard and find a way to put up points on the board and slow down opponents. They've handled their business in the Hoosier North, yet losing 2 games, but not by much. A combined 15 points between those losses to Kaden and Knox, but took care of business against LaVille and Culver. Cole Kreft, in his 5th season, has 63 wins to his credit. A good coach who will have his group prepared for this one. Triton got their first win of the new year last week as they look to add another win to their double-digit win total on the season. This one here tonight from the Trench is more meaning, as it's the last time 2 members of this team will play their final time in front of their home crowd. Emotional as these games can be, Coach Carl expects the best from her crew. This is a special group, has matured, faced adversity, and found a way to play as a team. They thrive off creating chaos, pressuring opponents to play their style of basketball. This crew is favored in this one, but they've been favored before, but now it's time to put it all together. Anna, we saw this group last week get off to a horrendous start, but put up 45 points in between the second and third quarters to find a way to win that game. They can't get off to a slow start here tonight.
No, they can't. One thing that they've been working on during practices and coach has been talking about when we're on defense, really closing out and contesting those shots to make sure that they don't get out.
And that's one thing these girls got to get. They got to close out the shots, and the ball movement. They can't panic. I think the big thing is they've got to keep their cool here tonight. They got to move the ball well. I think you've worked all season. I mean, we're in this thing now, 17 games. You're on the 18th game. Next week's by county. You got to find a way to put it all together tonight.
Right.
And to talk about Winamac, this is a group that, yes, their record may suggest only 5 wins, but losing to Kaden by 8 points is very impressive. Yes, early in the season, but yet this is a group, 35 points a game, but they are very true to hold that team to 45. This is a good defensive group. They're going to work. They're going to clean the glass. They're going to work hard to try to break you down, to make you play their style of basketball. And I think for the Trojans tonight, they cannot play their style. They got to play Trojan basketball. They can't play what the Warriors are dictating and wanting to do.
Right.
So for you, if you're Winamac, what kind of things are you looking for those girls to do here tonight?
Their defense needs to be on point and keeping pressuring our girls, because when you get them under pressure and we don't know what they're gonna do, but also contesting and closing out those shots will be extremely crucial, and boxing out too. And
boxing out against the Trojans is going to be something. They're going to have their hands full. This is a team that's out-rebounded 12 times this season. Of those 17 games, they've out-rebounded opponents. They out-rebounded opponents 33-30 on the season. So, I mean, as far as I guess if you want to go on the season, what they average per game, this is a group that, Addison Veers cleans the glass really well. Julia Gross is the leading rebounder against Oregon Davis with 8 rebounds. And these are girls, and Jocelyn Faulkner, another one who's not afraid to get in there. Kinsey Atkins had a few times this year where she's been the leading rebounder. They kind of take turns as far as if you want to go that route. But I think if you're Winamac, you got to clean the boards. You can't panic. You got to keep playing that style of basketball you guys are capable of playing. This is a group, 5 wins, but this is still a pretty good group.
Yeah, and I think some of our girls may not have the height, but they definitely have the height in their jump to get those rebounds. So I think boxing out those good rebounders will be crucial. And
I think, like I said, got to come out firing in the first quarter. Can't wait around to get going. This is a team you can't let get too much momentum. And, they had their best third quarter against Oregon Davis of the season, putting up 25 points. But yet they can't wait to hit the panic button until that was great to see them close out and face adversity. But I think tonight this is a group that need to find a way to take control of this game and do it early. So with that being said, up next, these two teams try to break the tie of all time against one another as two seniors play their final home game of their high school basketball career here tonight from the Trench. And we'll have that for you in store next, right here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. they're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Trojan Trench for tonight's varsity action as Triton will be host to Winamac. Now at this time, if you'd please rise, gentlemen, kindly remove your hats as the Triton High School Band will be playing our national anthem. Once again, welcome to the Trojan Trench, where it's always a great day for basketball. Let's introduce the starting players first for the Winamac Lady Warriors. Number 1, Piper Link. Number 3, Kingsley Croft. Number 10, Ella Gerhardt. Number 14, Kaya Campbell. And number 20, Brooklyn Ulrich. Winamac is coached by Cole Croft. And now, the starting lineup for your big blue switch. Number 4, Taryn Yates. Number 10, Jolie Groves. Number 12, Jocelyn Faulkner. Number 14, Kinsey Atkins. And number 34, Addison Veers. Triton is coached by Kennedy Kroll and assisted by Lindsay Shively.
All right, we got the starting lineups out there, Anna. Who we got for both teams?
We got for Winamac, Piper Link. She's number 1. Number 3, Kingsley Croft. Number 10, Ella Gerhardt. Number 14, Kaya Campbell. And number 20, Brooke Ulrich. And for the Trojans, we have number 4, Taryn Yates. Number 10, Jolie Groves. 12, Jocelyn Faulkner. 14, Kinsey Atkins. And number 34, Addison Veers.
So Veers and Ulrich get ready to get things underway here at the Trench on senior night. As the officials have their final chat here between the two teams. Ball's up, and Triton controls the tip as Atkins goes to Yates, and Triton will start off on offense. Atkins goes to the corner, calling for it. Yates works away, goes on top to Veer. She'll put on the floor and drive. Pull-up jumper in the lane, up and banks open. Triton strikes first. And here comes the pressure from these Trojans who have thrived creating chaos in this full-court pressure defense. Pushing up, there goes Gerhardt. Here comes Kinsey Atkins and knocks it away. And then rolls it out of bounds. And Kinsey Atkins, one who can fly all over the floor and
comes out of nowhere.
and just can knock it away and just do her thing out there.
Which is where communication comes in for Winamac, because our girls will come up behind them, and they need to communicate. If someone's coming up behind them, let your teammate know.
Kenzie Atkins takes it away on that one, and she goes all the way up off the glass, no good. Rebound goes to Kreft. Piper Lynn goes up, blocked by Veers. And we'll stay right here as Addison Veers times those blocks so well. Did a good job on the defensive side there as Winamac will still control the basketball. Gerhard goes to inbound. Goes up to Link. So work it around the perimeter here as Kreft goes back to Gerhard. Thought about the high post jumper, pulls away, goes right back to Kreft on the right side. She'll try a deep three for the lead and rattles it home.
That was deep.
What?
I said that was a deep three.
Not quite Oviator range, but it's out there.
Close.
Atkins range, maybe.
Maybe.
Speaking of Kinsey, she'll feed it down low. It's tipped around, and Triton turns it over. Kreft picked up her dribble, goes on over now. As Campbell will work. And Atkins comes with the pressure. Got her to pick up her dribble, goes in the corner to Ulrich, works it right back to her. Feeds it to Gerhard, top the key. She'll retreat back, goes to Kreft. She'll try another three. Off the mark, no good. Piper Link with the putback. It's good. 5-2 run now for the Warriors. Faulkner down the left wing. Yates was on the floor on the baseline. She'll drive. Picks up her dribble, knocked away by Kreft. And Winamac fighting for it. Forces a jump ball. The Warriors take back over.
The ball movement could have been a little bit better. Kind of felt like they were just got trapped under the basket and then had nowhere to go because no one was coming to the ball.
Kenzie Atkins forcing the turnover there. Faulkner back to Atkins, three-pointer for the tie. Can't get that one to go. Veers, rebound, basket's good. The battle on the boards is going to be really important here tonight. Kreft backs off. She thought about it. She thought about it.
That would have been Oviedo range.
Kreft will try a deep three on the left side and puts it in. She's got 6 points on 2 3-pointers to start off this first quarter. Down to Addison Veers, goes up strong, draws the foul, and and one opportunity coming here for Addison Veers on the assist from Taryn Yates.
That foul's on number 20, Brooke Ulrich. That's her first, team's first.
You look at Taryn Yates on the season. There it is. 106 assists, 107 on that last one on the season. As she does what she can to open up her teammates. As Veers connects on that one. She's got all 7 of the Trojans' points to start off this first quarter. High pass off the mark. And the Warriors turn it over. And the Trojans will get it here in the back in the half court. Atkins with it, goes on over to Groves. Back to Faulkner, on top to Yates. Feeds it down to Veers, banks open again. On the assist from Taryn Yates. Maggie Smith, number 2, checked in on that last dead ball. Gerhard goes to Campbell, three-pointer on the way, puts it in. Winamac retakes the lead. Atkins with the up fake in transition, goes back to Groves. Yates now. Feeds it down to Veers, and Veers goes to the floor in a travel call, and Veers hit her head on the floor. Hope Addison's okay. That floor is not something you want to hit your noggin on. Hensley will check in. Checking in for the Warriors is Haley Attinger. Trying to see who else. There's a lot going on down there.
Number 2, Maggie Smith.
Yeah, I'm lost.
And Maggie Smith, there we go.
Number 4, Haley Attinger.
So Attinger checks in. Macy Hensley checks in as Addison Veers gets looked at. Hope she's okay. Smith will drive. Goes back, finds Kreft. Back to Gerhardt, kicks back to Campbell. She'll drive. And we're going to get a foul call on the Trojans. And the Trojan faithful don't like that call at all. You know, Kreft really doing a good job going 6 points there.
Yeah. She's hit all of her threes. No, she's missed one. But I think the defense is going to have to change up because she's been open on all of her shots. She's been wide open, and I think the way that Kroll has been having them set up defense, it's not going how it should be.
You know, in our analysis from the Tony Romo of high school broadcasting, you know, like he said, they're going to have to go box and one. You know, she's a shooter, just runs off the pick. She'll be open against the 3-2 all day long. And a foul call there on the Trojans. Winamac will go to the first time to the line. That's going to be on Macy Hensley.
You took my line, Andy.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Kinsey
also has a foul, by the way. I don't know if you caught that.
I got that.
Okay.
That one rolls in there for Gerhardt. They push their lead to 3. We're past the halfway point here in this first quarter. Winamac trailed after that first basket, but got out in front and hasn't changed since. Gerhardt perfect on that trip. It's both teams making the most of their opportunities here in this first quarter from the free throw line. Faulkner on the right wing. Atkins gets it up top to key. Who's going to want to get those baskets with Addison Veers out? Who's going to step up here? Yates drives. Crossover gets caught up there. And going to get a jump ball call. Winamac gets it right back. Or were we wrong on the scoreboard? It's Triton ball, so we'll stay right here. I was like, wait a minute. Yates receives the inbound. Goes to Groves in the corner. She'll go baseline. Back to Groves. Quickly on to Yates in the corner. She'll try a 3. Off the top of the backboard, no good. Yates comes in, tries to knock it away, and Winamac regains possession. Campbell. Gerhardt now from the high post, gets the friendly roll. Faulkner now tops it, goes to Yates. Back to Atkins. Trying to find a way to get this offense rolling.
They're going to have to. Can't let Winamac get off to a good start because then they'll get too much.
Kenzie Atkins with a hand in her face. Can't get that one to go. Nice rebound by Jocelyn Faulkner. Back to Yates in the left wing. Atkins out the head fake. She'll drive baseline. Feeds it to Yates. Jumper too strong and off the mark. Smith now goes to Campbell in the right wing. Back to Kreft. Straight away. Deep 3. Can't get that one to go. Gerhardt with the rebound. Back to Campbell. To Smith. So work it around. Gerhardt puts it on the ground. Goes up. No good. Off the mark. Faulkner goes back to Yates, to Atkins on the left wing. Back to Faulkner, to Groves now. Trent needs to have a basket on this possession. They want to stay in this one. Faulkner with the ball fake. Reverses it back to Atkins. Jolie Groves thought about it for a moment. Faulkner. The ball fake is trying to find a way to free themselves up for a shot as the final minute of the first quarter is now under count. Hensley. Back to Groves. Catch and shoot three on the way, off the mark. And Kreft and Faulkner tied up.
That foul is on number 12, Jocelyn Faulkner, her first, team's third.
So Trojans need to regain their composure here in this first quarter as Winamac has taken ownership of it. Ulrich with it now, goes back on over to Kreft. Atkins coming up. Smith now. Goes to Ulrich. In the corner to Adinger. Knocked away by Taryn Yates. Feeds it over to Faulkner. Down to Atkins, high pass. Atkins has got to return it back. Yates back to Atkins, steps back for three. Puts it in. The Trojans cut that lead to three. Kreft throws it up at the buzzer, off the mark, and that'll do it for the first quarter. Winamac leads 15-12. Gotta fix here. You know, I have got so much respect for Kenny and his ability to do this. Okay, I need to take that one away. He makes it look easy, but it's Kenny.
I couldn't do that. So
Kenny and Orion make it look so easy. It's ridiculous. There we go. Did it work that time up there?
Waiting on it.
I just clicked it, so we'll see if that works. But Triton's got to find a way as Addison veers out of the locker room. Hope she's okay. You know, and that's what's scary. You know, hitting your head down there on that floor. Yeah, you know, you pop back up, but
okay.
You get it?
Yep. So at the free throw line, Triton's 1 of 1, Winamac's 2 of 2. Inside the arc, Triton's 4 of 6, Winamac's 2 of 4. Outside the arc, Triton's 1 of 5, Winamac's 3 of 6. Triton has 3 turnovers, Winamac has 4. Scoring. Oh, and I didn't put them up there. Huh. Oh, I read them off. Kreft has 6, Gerhart has 4, Campbell has 3, Link has 2. For Winamac and for Triton. Veers 9, Atkins 3.
And Winamac's 3 big hitters are Kreft, Campbell, and Gerhart. Kreft and Campbell average about 9 points a game. That's according to Max Preps. As Campbell, speaking of her, hits a corner 3. And right out of the bat, hitting a 3 here in the second quarter.
Campbell for 3.
Yates getting freed up under the basket, up and gets the bank to reopen. Coach Kreft calling out what he wants to see on the floor. Goes in the corner to Piper Link. Feeds to Gerhart in the post. Kicks it back out to Campbell. Trent falling back in a little more of his own defense as Bulis is now out there for the Trojans. Finds Link. Nice backdoor cut up and in. And that leads back up to 6. Atkins on the right wing in the corner. Emily Bug, who also checked in here at the start of the quarter. As she was part of that JV squad. Her and Jenna both that won with that 1 point. It came down to the wire.
That had me on the edge of my seat. I was sitting down there listening to all the timeout chats, and I was like,
good game, a lot of contact.
But one thing that our girls are very good at doing, I can't say for the other team because I haven't heard, but they're very good at building each other up and keeping each other going until that last second of the game, which I think is important just so that way you know your teammates have your back. You know, that JV has really improved as the seasons went on as Emily Bug will try a 3 off the glass, no good. Rebound goes to Gerhart. Campbell to Kreft. Thought about it. Quick hitter on over to Piper Link. She'll go up and in from the left side again. 3 players scoring 6 points for the Warriors in Link, Kreft, and Campbell. Bulis inside the arc, goes back on top to Yates. Leaves it for Atkins.
Yates will drive from the high post, gets it knocked away, and will stay right here as Addison Veers will check back in. Maggie Smith will come in, so we'll see Addison Veers. It's got to be a sigh of relief for those Trojans on the floor.
And for Triton, number 34, Addison Veers.
So Trojans finally got their 6-footer back in the post. Hands off to Atkins, corner three, on the way off the inbound, off the mark, no good. Smith bobbles it, goes to Piper Link. She'll try a deep two and gets it to go. Largest lead of the ball game up to 10. Or 8.
10.
Okay, I was like, wait a minute, I was right. Goes to Bug on the right wing. To Buis, back to Yates. Feeds down to Veers, reverse lay-in, up and in, and that one opportunity coming for Addison Veers on the assist from Taryn Yates.
That foul's going to be on number 20, Ulrich. That's her second, team second. Third? Team second.
Yes.
Okay. Thought I had that right.
Faulkner will check back in. Veers in and out on that trip. Off the free throw line, and one opportunity did not go through for the Trojans. Gerhardt gets swarmed to the top of the key. Campbell now goes into the corner, and Yates knocks it away.
For Triton, number 12, Jocelyn Faulkner.
I forgot to switch the quarter, but I know where my mistake's at. Don't worry.
No, you did.
I did, but not after the
Eventually?
first basket.
Oh, Andy.
It's okay.
Hey, at least it was only after the first basket, so you know.
True. I remember where it's at. Gerhardt, nice job stepping through, but unfortunately, one too many trips. Too many steps, rather. It's a nice move to the basket.
That was.
I kind of
It's
thought she
pretty.
didn't take enough. I thought she took the right amount of steps, but it's a travel call by the officials. It was a good move by her. Keep an eye on that as Winamac's footwork, ball movement, really working well here in this first half.
Addison's having to fight to stay open.
Winamac unhappy with that call. They're going to call it on them.
That foul's going to be on number 2, Maggie Smith. That's her first, team's third.
What are you doing to that poor table?
You see that?
Oh, my goodness.
And it's bothering me. I'm trying to get it off there.
Triton will turn it over off the inbound. Campbell will pump the brakes and bring it up slowly. Directing her offense, working back here near side. Atkins, her collide goes out of bounds. Goes to Smith. Over to Campbell. Campbell throws it away. Out of bounds.
I think during the quarter break they changed up their defense because it's working out a little bit better than before.
And you know that confidence having Addison back kind of exhale a little bit. Because you know, like you said, Addison's an important leader for this team, does a lot. As Yates trying to thread the needle, gets it knocked away.
And just what they did right there is when they get the dead ball, trapping them to where they have to throw it away.
Goes to Gerhardt, swings it back to Campbell, on top to Smith. Gerhardt drives in the lane, a lot of contact, and she'll draw the foul.
That foul's going to be on number 12, Jocelyn Faulkner. That's her second, team's fourth.
Triton foul number 12, Faulkner, her second.
Gerhardt back to the line. She was perfect on her first trip. Off the mark on the first one. And Croft will check back in. She had the hot hand there, hitting 2 big three-pointers to kind of just really just accelerate and pass the Trojans there in that first quarter. Her and Campbell both. And Piper Link with some big baskets here in this second quarter. In and out on the second. Veers with the rebound, up to Atkins now. Picks up her dribble, goes to Veers in the high post. She'll step back for a deep 2 off the back iron, no good. Trying to run down her own basket, and Atkins gets the offensive board. Down to Veers, post move, loses it, kicks out to Faulkner, deep 2 now on the way. Can't get that one to go. Kenzie Atkins runs down another offensive board. Yates now. Goes to Faulkner, to Bulis.
3 consecutive offensive rebounds.
You know, that rebounds are going to be important, but you got to find a way to get those second chance points to go. Yates, pull-up jumper off the back iron, no good. Faulkner tries to come in, but we're going to get a foul on the rebound.
Foul's gonna be on number 10, Ella Gerhardt. That's her first, team's 4th.
Veers to inbound.
I think those rebounds and free throws are gonna be important.
I got a push on the Warriors.
That foul's on number 3, Kingsley Croft. That's her first, team's 5th.
Some back-to-back fouls. As things are starting to get a little more physical between these two teams. Faulkner banks it in. And puts the Trojans down by 5.
Working in those pressure situations is another thing they've been working on during practice, is getting in those pressure shots.
Atkins off the glass, no good. Triton wanted a foul call. Piper Link within transition, goes to Campbell. She'll retreat back and let the offense take shape. Goes to Croft. Feeds to Gerhardt in the high post. Back to Croft by herself for 3. Puts it in. She's got 9 and pushes that lead right back to 8. Feed it down to Veers, up off the glass and good. On the assist from Taryn Yates. Final 2 minutes of the second quarter nearing as Gerhardt's free throw jumper in and out of the basket. Yates pushing it down to Veers. She'll go up strong in transition. Banks open. Addison Veers is a game-high 15 points here in this first half. And Taryn Yates quite a ways up there in the assist category here in this first half. Back to Campbell. Good ball move by the Warriors. Goes down in. Adinger's shot blocked. Yates in transition steps with the nice move. Can't get the roll. And a foul call on the Trojans.
That foul is going to be on number 20, Jenna Bulis. That's her first, team's 5th.
So both teams with 5 team fouls. Croft will bring it up now. The Warriors go back to work with that 4-point lead. Campbell with it. Goes to Link in the left wing. Tries to feed it down to Adinger. She wasn't quite ready for it, and the Warriors turn it over.
That was a hot pass, though.
That was she knew where she wanted to go, and she went there with the authority. This Adinger just wasn't quite ready for it. It was the right place to go with it.
It was the right place to go.
And she had her spot down there, so trying to feed it out, trying to get that inside-out game working. The Trojans trying to claw their way back. Bulis in the corner to Atkins. Down to Veers. Had to thread the needle. Banks open. Assist to Kinsey Atkins. Addison Veers, 17 points in the first half alone.
That foul's going to be on number 4, Haley Adinger. That's her first, team 6th.
Adinger.
Okay, I thought I heard Don say. I don't know what I was hearing.
Veers' free throw rattles in. 1-point ball game here as the final minute of the first half nearing here. Croft goes to Campbell. Campbell works left, picks up her dribble, goes back on over to Croft. To Gerhardt in the high post. Back to Croft, alone for 3 to extend the lead. Puts it in. She's got 12 for a team high. And she knocks that one away as she saw where Yates was going to go with the basketball and knocks it away now with 46.5 to go. Yates now goes to Atkins. They're going to get an offensive foul on the Trojans. Had some help.
Foul's going to be on number 34, Addison Veers. It's her first, team 6th.
As the Winamac team saw her being aggressive down in the post, and she'll get called for the offensive foul, trying to get possession there. It's Kreft. Goes to Campbell. 23 seconds now. Goes to Gerhardt. Winamac trying to take that lead into the locker room. Looks like they'll be able to do just that. Campbell now. Goes to Kreft. Kreft frustrated, works right. Feeds it to Gerhardt. 4 seconds, back to Kreft. She'll try one at the buzzer. Can't get that one to go. Faulkner will get the rebound, and that'll do it for the first half. Winamac leads 30-26.
I'm going to have to go down and do the recognition.
I got to fix this here, so. So we'll get that fixed, and we'll be back after halftime right here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Have recognition for our underclass. We're going to start with the 5th grade. Most of the 5th grade is quarantined at the moment. I will read everybody's name. And here's the 5th grade. Jada Bulis, Finola Klein, Natalie Crooks, McKenna Emenacker, Avery Faulkner, Annabelle Fleener, Ellie Ickes, Ruby Irwin, Lexi Kaufman, Natalie Mevis, Genevieve McNeil, Grace Ramos, Giovanna Renforth, and Addison Westifer. And now for the 6th graders. Savannah Hawley, Gracie Riffle, Willow Reichert, Tessa Bontrager, Addison Rodriguez, Austin Wright, Sophie Howell, Tatum Hudson, and Caitlin Frick. 7th graders, Alicia Gonzalez, Emma Cook, Chloe McKinney, Ella Cook, Jillian Bulis, Janica Kemp, Brooke Kinch, Hosanna Chupp, Lydia Hammond, and Alexis Young. Our 8th graders, Claire Dahl, Avery Veers, Macy Carson, Miley Groves, Riley Beamish, Sophie Rowe, McKenna Beelan, Addison Albright, Gwen Neff, Sierra Hawley, Sonia Floyd, Jasmine Lemler, Lily Amsden, and Jasmine Boyd. Our coaches for the 5th grade, Ashley Faulkner. For the 6th grade, Jeremy Riffle. For the 7th grade, Allison Stewart. For the 8th grade, and she's also our varsity assistant, Lindsay Shively. And assisting Lindsay on the 8th grade, Sam Stutzman. Let's give them all a big round of applause.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Neidig, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
If I can have your attention, please, tonight is our senior night where we recognize our senior basketball players during our last home game. We have two this year. Jolie Groves. Jolie is the daughter of Jason and Carrie Groves. Over the last 4 years, Jolie has participated in basketball, volleyball, and softball. She has also participated in other school activities such as Spirit Club, Science Club, Art Club, National Honor Society, and Senior Squad. Jolie's future plans are to attend college and study speech pathology. Jolie Groves. Our other senior is Taryn Yates. Taryn is the daughter of Rod and Amy Yates. Over the last 4 years, Taryn has participated in basketball and volleyball. She has also participated in the Spirit Club. Taryn's future plans are to attend college to study accounting as well as play either volleyball or basketball. Taryn Yates.
a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
All right, welcome back, everyone. As Winamac leads here, 30-26. Anna, if you're trying, what things are you trying to do coming out of the locker room? Which things you're going to try to take care of?
Keeping that defense, not swarming the high post, because when you do, that leaves all the good shooters open up on the or outside the three-point arc. Kudos to Kaden for letting us know that. Or what do you call him? Our analysis
he is the Tony Romo of high school or high school commentary. I mean, he is the best there is. Let me tell you. I'm sorry, but he is the best there is.
It's okay.
But yeah, Caden's right. They're, like I said, they're swarming that high post. They're leaving things open on the outside, and that's where Kreft and Campbell are getting all these points at. Is the Trojans are just kind of sucking down there to that high point, that high post. But if you're Winamac, I think continue to do so until Triton decides they're going to stop that three-point shot. Right. I keep going right through like they're doing and working the high post.
Yep.
Because they're trying to take it away keep Addison away from the low blockers. So they're staying away. But in that second quarter, we saw Piper Link really open up things on that left side with a couple lay-ins back and forth there. So we'll see what the Trojans can do here this third quarter. Got to find a way to come out and get things going here. They got to start off in a hurry. Atkins on the left side. Both starting fives out there for both teams. Yates now retreats back and goes to Groves. On to Atkins. Fears trying to get possession as her and Ulrich going to battle down there in the low block. Down to Veers. She goes up strong. Can't draw the foul. The Winamac comes away with it. Gerhardt in the high post goes right back as Triton seems to adjust to it as Campbell now goes right back to Kreft. But as Kaden also said, I'd give him, like I said, leave that two-pointer open because that's one of the most analytic worst shots you can take. As Yates banks it on the assist from Kinsey Atkins. But like I said, analytics-wise, I'd give them that high post jump shot until they prove that they're not going to take it. Piper Link drives on the baseline, puts on the brakes, retreats back, goes to Gerhardt in the lane. She'll go in the paint, goes up strong, draws the foul, and go to the line for two.
There she was, wide open in the high post, and she, she tossed it right back out. That foul's on Triton, number 4, Taryn Yates. That's her team's first.
It's kind of like that thing where a guy is not, or a player's not real good at three-point shots. Just dare them to shoot the three until they decide they're going to start making it. I'd leave it open all day long. But Winamac has found a way. Like I said, they got out in front in that first quarter. They put up 30 points, 15 points respectively in each quarter. So, they're taking care of business here. This is a team that's played extremely well in the Hoosier North. Gerhardt gets that second free throw to drop and pushes their lead back to 3. This is a group that's played extremely well in the Hoosier North this season, and they want to continue with that here on this final push of the season. Fears trying to get freed up as they're going to double team her down the low block. Back to Groves. Corner 3, corner 2 on the way, and banks it in. Cuts that lead to 1. Says she had her foot on the line. Kreft now feeds back to the high post. Gerhardt looking to reverse it with the up fake. She'll put on the floor and drive, knocked away by Faulkner. Ulrich with a deep 2 and puts it in on the line drive shot. Back and forth we go. Faulkner up, not there. Kreft with the rebound. Pushing up the floor. Ulrich in transition, knocked away by Kinsey Atkins. Atkins looking down the floor. Lets the rest of the team get down there with her as she goes back. As Groves now will go down to Yates in the high post. Yates pull-up jumper in the lane, up and gets the home roll to go in. Kreft now will bring it up. Goes to Campbell here on the near side. We'll skip it back across in the top there. Goes in the high post to Gerhardt as everything's going through that high post. The Trojans staying away from it and not completely swarming. They're kind of staying home as that one goes out of bounds, and the Trojans get it back. Groves will go to inbound. Trojans need to start getting points off these turnovers. And, granted, 9 by our count on the Warriors here this evening. As Veers will drive, goes up strong the left hand, banks open again for Addison Veers, and Triton takes their first lead since the first quarter. Our second lead change of the ball game. Triton just leaving that high post open. I think, Kaden, I think they heard you all the way up here in Bourbon. And a travel call. As Triton's change of defense starting to take care of things on the Warriors. And 3 straight turnovers, as our stats guy to my right points out. Sam does a terrific job. Yates steps through, goes up, and they're going to get a travel call there. She took 1, 2. She stepped around. So back-to-back travel calls on both teams. Winamac playing strong here. Campbell now. High post jumper off the mark, and Ulrich will go over in the back.
That foul's on number 20, Ulrich. That's her third, team's first.
Her third, team first.
As Yates comes out, goes on over to Veers on the right wing. Skip past to Grove. She'll try a 3. The senior can't get the friendly roll. Veers with the putback. It's up and in. And Triton out rebounding the Warriors 13-11 in that first half. Like I said, it's going to come down to the battle of the boards. Who wants it more? As Triton takes that lead. Shot off the mark, but Campbell with the putback. Knocked away by Kreft. Pushing up the floor to Gerhardt. Finds Piper Link. She'll drive, puts on the brakes, and Veers will knock it away, and it'll stay right here. And Haley Attinger will check in for Ulrich.
Substitution for Winamac, number 4, Haley Attinger.
Kreft tries to get the offense going. Campbell now. Goes to Gerhardt, knocked away by Kinsey Atkins. Campbell regains control. Gerhardt looking to pass in the corner. Link for a deep 2, puts it in, and they retake the lead. Cross-court pass to Faulkner. Groves with the up fake. Goes to Kinsey Atkins. Veers trying to find a way to get open in the low block. They forgot about Jolie Groves, but knocked away by Kreft. Up the floor, Attinger in transition to the left hand. It's up, no good. Yates gets the rebound. And they get a foul call on Winamac.
That foul's on number 1, Piper Link. That's her first, team's first.
Winamac foul.
And that's 5.
Team's second.
Team's second. Looked at there and saw the timeout. I was like, wait a minute, there's no way there's 5. I know my math is bad, but still. But it's getting better. Kaden and his flashcards have helped.
Kaden made you flashcards?
Oh, yeah, I got flashcards. In the corner to Veers, back to Yates. It may take a little bit longer for me to figure it out, but eventually I do. Kinsey Atkins steps into a 2, off the mark, and goes out of bounds off Winamac. Atkins goes to inbounds. These are for Veers. Hands off to Atkins. Thought about the corner 3 with the head fake. Picks it up her dribble. Faulkner goes on over to Groves. Groves will drive. Retreats back to the corner. Up to Yates, top the key. She'll try a deep 2 straight away and gets the friendly roll. And try and back out in front. Lead changes galore here in this third quarter. And a timeout for Winamac. Coach Kreft wants to talk things over as the Trojans outscoring the Warriors 12-7 here in this fast-paced third quarter.
This is very fast-paced third quarter.
It feels like this game has flown by.
Really? You think so?
I feel like it has.
I feel like this week has gone so slow. It's only Tuesday. But it feels like it's been 5 days.
In girls action,
first full week back, Andy.
Tippecanoe Valley's at John Glenn tonight, and the Vikings are leading the Falcons 49-30 with 2 minutes remaining in the third.
And as he said earlier, in boys action, Caston was leading Culver 37-10 at the about halfway point of the third quarter. I think someone needs to go down there and tell Isaiah to turn his hat the other way. He's a little off there.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
The sunglasses too. We're inside and
we're inside and it's dark.
dark.
Oh man! Looks like the JV boys are gonna have a quick word over there.
You got some junior high kids in there too.
Got some junior high kids.
The Peanut Gallery.
The Peanut Gallery. There you go. So Groves, Veers, Faulkner, Atkins, and Yates the 5. Gerhardt, Campbell, Link, Croft, and Attinger the 5 out there for the Lady Warriors. As they look to get points out of this timeout here and try to find that success they had in the first half. Attinger in the corner. Loses it but regains possession. Goes to Link, had to thread the needle there. Cross-court pass to Croft. Feeds it to Gerhardt. Back to Link. Croft open for 3. Can't get that one to go off the back iron, no good. Campbell with the offensive board. We're going to get a foul call coming here.
South Central defeated Knox in girls action 69-51.
That foul's on number 12, Jocelyn Faulkner. That's her third, team second.
Second team foul.
In the corner to Link, hand in her face. Can't get that one to go. That one kicked out of bounds. Yates might have got a piece of that one. But she really did a good job closing out on the shooter. But Triton's got to continue their pressure. They're putting on these. They're staying home with the three-point shooters, taking away that three-point shot. Croft right there, an excellent example is Campbell open for 3 off the front iron, no good, and Veers gets the rebound. Triton clinging to that 1-point lead. Inside 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Andy O'Hara alongside Anna McIntyre and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. Also getting analysis fed from Indianapolis. Groves thought about it, goes to Faulkner. Let's try and working the clock here. Down to Yates and around the free throw line. We'll get a foul call and Winamac coming here.
Foul's going to be on number 10, Ella Gerhardt. That's her second, team's third.
Senior Jolie Groves will come out.
The other HNAC girls game tonight is LaVille at North Judson, and LaVille is leading 27-23 at halftime.
And that one goes in. Who got that last basket scene? Taryn Yates. I took my eyes off the action for a second. Assist from Veers on the inbound. Off the mark, not quite catching the rim on the shot there from Gerhardt. They're going to say the Trojans tipped it. Atkins takes it away on the mishandled pass, and she'll take off and transition up off the glass. Can't get the roll. Knocked out of bounds, and Winamac gets it back. And the officials will have a consultation here. As it looked like from this angle that Winamac knocked it out.
That's what I was thinking, but we're not down there, so.
And these officials don't have the benefit of instant replay, or
right.
They got to call it as it happens. Hot pass, and Winamac turns it over.
Oh, it's hot.
The Trojans leading by 3, putting up 14 points. Putting up double digits in all 3 quarters. Yates feeds Veers. Bank is closed. And Croft gets the rebound. Faulkner trying to lead Yates. That leads her too far. Leaves it back for Atkins. Back to Veers. Catch and shoot 3. Can't get that one to go off the iron. No good. Piper Link loses it. The Triton knocks it away. Jenna Buell with a nice closeout defense to knock it away. And Croft wanting an explanation on when Kingsley hit the floor. Looked like there was some contact. Kreft in the corner for three. Puts it in, tie ball game. She's got 15 on the night. 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. All knotted up from where we started to start the game. Yates works with the screen right. Goes to feed, no one home. Triton fighting for it. Jump ball call, I believe, coming. And Winamac gets it back. So Winamac got to go the full court here. Kreft will take off. Yates will try to head her off. And she'll lose it out of bounds. And that'll do it. For the third quarter is Kreft. Rightly so. Looked like there was some contact on the end of that one.
That's what I thought too, but.
As the official and Winamac's coach will have a word.
I didn't see if this updated or not.
I just pushed it.
Okay.
So JV won earlier tonight by a score of 30-29 in the high drama, a lot of contact. I mean, there was bodies flying everywhere from both sides at one point.
Yep.
Which, you know, it's good to see physical games, but unfortunately, you do that enough.
You
got to be careful.
Our team stats: Triton's 2 of 3 from free throws. Winamac's 3 of 6. Inside the arc, Triton's 16 of 28. Winamac's 8 of 16. Outside the arc, Triton's 2 of 10. Winamac's 7 of 14. Triton has 10 turnovers to Winamac's 13. Scoring for Winamac: Kreft has 15, Link 10, Campbell 8, Gerhardt 5, Ulrich 2. And for the Lady Trojans, Veers 22, Yates 10, Faulkner 3, Atkins 3, Groves 2. What's Veers' game career highs at 34?
34.
What number?
That's right. And she set that against Northwood. Is that right?
Yes.
That is correct.
What is going on with the peanut gallery down there?
I have no idea what they're trying to do down there. Veers will catch it in the high post. Feeds it right back. The offense will reset. Groves steps into a three. Can't get that one to go. Rebound goes to Kreft as she tries to lead Gerhardt. Gerhardt takes off in transition. Up. Can't get it to go. Piper Link and Taryn Yates fighting for the rebound. And a jump ball call coming.
I thought it was Triton's ball, but.
Winamac will hang on to it. It's Gerhardt. Three-pointer for Piper Link. Can't get that one to go. Jolie Groves with the rebound. Feeds Veers in the runner. And I don't know about that one. As Addison Veers, all she did was bend over. As she was kind of just bent over there. Trojan faithful not fans of that call. They got to clean things up. Kreft picked up her dribble. She'll go to Campbell. Back to Gerhardt. Goes to Kreft. Goes to Link. Gerhardt in the high post, getting the ball stabbed at. As Kreft will force the three for the lead off the mark. They'll go out of bounds and Triton gets it back. See what the Trojans can do back here on offense. Rose gets top the key. Skip past to Faulkner. She'll drive, retreats back. Goes to Groves. To Atkins now. Back to Faulkner. She'll drive. Steps through the lane with the runner off the glass, and she'll go to the line for the N1 opportunity. Jocelyn Faulkner.
That foul's going to be on number 10. Ella Barnhart. That's her third, team's fourth.
And Maggie Smith will check in. for Piper Link. Faulkner's free throws up and in. Kreft up the floor. Feeds it to Gerhardt, to Smith. Catch and shoot three from the left wing off the front iron, no good. Knocked out of bounds by Faulkner. Feeds back, Gerhardt, high post jumper on the way, back iron too strong. Yates tips it around and gets the rebound. Yates now at the crossover. Feeds it down, no look pass to Veers, and she'll draw the foul.
That foul's going to be on number 10, Ella Gerhardt. That's her fourth, team's fifth. They got to be careful.
So Ulrich, I imagine, is going to come in for Gerhardt, who's going to have to sit down for a couple minutes with those 4 fouls as Veers goes to the line. Back iron too strong.
Substitution for Winamac. Number 20.
So we'll see if they run to the high post there, as Gerhardt's been kind of that initiator. Catching in the high post and feeding it back around as Veers' second free throw will go in, as she is 3 of 5 on the evening. Kreft feeds it to Ulrich. Throws a jumper, but she'll get fouled. That's going to be, if it's on Faulkner, that's 4.
Yep, that foul's on number 12, Jocelyn Faulkner. That's her fourth, team's fourth.
She's currently the only Trojan in foul trouble with those 4 fouls, so she'll have to come out for a few minutes. It's Ulrich's free throw off the glass, no good.
Substitution for Lady Trojans. Number 20, Jenna Bulis.
Still a lot of basketball to be played yet. So the students section trying to throw off the free throw opportunity. We're going to get a foul.
That foul is going to be on number 3, Kingsley Croft. That's her second, team 6th.
We're not TikToking down there, are we?
No.
We'll show Orion later.
I'll explain later.
That was during the JV game. I was sitting next to her. It was funny.
Oh, my.
It was funny.
Bulis now on the right wing, goes to Yates in the high post. Feeds it down to Groves. Open. Bank is open for Jolie Groves. And Yates with another assist. She had 6 in that first half, and she continues to open up teammates. Ulrich with the high shot off the glass. Veers and Atkins helping get the rebound. Atkins hits the deck. It goes out of bounds. And he'll stay right here as Atkins will lose it out of bounds. And a timeout for Winamac, a 30-second timeout. Of course, as things wind down, only 2 more regular season games for the Trojans. With Culver
so
and Judson. And then Bi-County's all next week.
I know.
Then it's sectional time. See, you should have started earlier. You shouldn't have waited so long to start.
Know.
That's on you,
It's
not
okay,
me.
We got the rest of the boys' season.
We got the rest of the boys' season, and well, hopefully you'll come back next year. We'll have you back here next year.
Yeah.
You're not going to college yet, so you're not leaving me yet like Kaden did.
Not yet. After next year, then I'm out.
Okay. So we have to go back to the old drawing board again.
I can come home Friday nights, help you with boys' games. I won't have a season going on, so.
Well, hey, you're IHSAA certified, so you're good.
Yeah, we're good. It's only 45 minutes away, Manchester. That's where I want to go, so I can come home. Not a big deal, Andy.
Well, there you go.
I got you covered.
Ulrich catching the high post. Feeds it back to Campbell, deep 3, can't get the roll. Veers knocks it away and can't quite corral it. 7 of 18 from beyond the arc is the Lady Warriors, and Triton's 2 of 11. Ulrich feeds it to Smith. Three-pointer from the deep side, near side here from Campbell, off the mark. Anninger with the putback, and she'll get fouled.
That foul's on number 20, Jenna Bulis. That's her second. Excuse me, team's fifth.
Anninger on the free throw line. Back iron, no good.
Winamac hasn't scored since the end of the third.
That is correct. And Coach Kral will call a timeout. It's her first timeout of the ball game. He's trying to find a way to close it out. But Winamac is not a team, like I said. This is a group that can catch fire and find a way to put points up in a hurry. They're a hard-nosed team, extremely well coached. This is a group that they don't have any quit in them, and they're continuing to battle hard.
Yep.
But if you're down there, Coach Kral, you're going to use your favorite word. I'm going to ask what she's talking about down there.
Well, actually, I think she's more talking about closing out on the defense this time. Yes, using the intensity to close out on the defense and make sure they're not getting those shots off, those three-point shots mainly, and not storming that high post.
So before I forget, I think Danny's watching from, what is that, less than a quarter mile away?
Who?
To my house, my daughter. I mean, she's watching.
Oh,
I think
okay.
what is it? Less than a quarter mile?
Yes.
Sure.
No, it's about like a quarter. Peanut Gallery is chanting for Yarbrough down there.
Give Kenzie's family in Florida a shout out. They're watching.
Of course. It's Atkins. Has been a force on defense, really running down the loose ball. She's kind of done that dirty work, if you will, to run people down, knock it away.
You always say clean the glass, but she like scrubs the deck.
And she scrubs the deck. There you go. We're going to have to use that from now on. Is that one no good from Anninger on her second free throw. As Croft hits the deck on the free throw. Yates feeds it to Groves. Skip pass to Atkins, and Yates in the corner. Back to Atkins. She'll try a deep three straight away. Bang! Puts it in! Right on cue up there.
I'm going to have to mention that more often.
Croft now gets it tipped by Yates. Regains control. Going to call it double dribble, but it was tipped.
Taryn definitely tipped it.
Confusing call there. Is that the ball was tipped. That's where she should be able to regain possession.
Interesting.
Yates goes to Veers, down to Yates again. Can't get that one to go. Groves fighting for it. We're going to jump ball call. It's going to stay right here. And I don't like to question calls, but from this angle, it looked like Yates knocked it away. So Croft should have been able to regain possession on the dribble. Gerhardt will check in at the halfway point here this fourth quarter. She's got 4 fouls. She's got to be careful. One more and she's done for the night. Atkins in the corner. Three-pointer on the way. Can't get that one to go. A jump ball call, and Winamac hangs on to it. I watched Mike Breen call a game again, and I used his famous catchphrase.
What?
Bang.
Oh.
Foul call on the Trojans.
Foul's going to be on number 14, Kinsey Atkins. That's her second, team 6.
So both teams one foul to give.
Yep.
I was showing Jackson and I were watching stuff, and that was one of the videos came on, and I always liked watching Mike Breen growing up. So
you're going to have to write all these players down so I can look them up later.
Yeah, that's a broadcaster, but anyways.
Okay.
Winamac turns it over. Atkins in the transition, goes down to Yates, trying to weed her way through traffic. Can't get the roll, trying to fight for it, and Campbell gets the rebound. Gerhardt's got to swing away from that one. She's back in the high post, feeding the ball back to Campbell. And the travel calls, they're going to say on Winamac. Is the official and Coach Croft having a word. A timeout for Triton as.
So this game has a lot of looks of the OD game last week. What do you, and in 2022 so far, we've had a better second half than our first half.
They play consistent here. I mean, they've put up double digits in every quarter. I mean, they put up 9 here in this one.
What game were we talking about?
Well, like you said, OD last week.
Oh,
Triton struggled in the first quarter, but then played extremely well for the final 3. When it's been kind of the flip side, they usually kind of take that third quarter off, and they found a way to play extremely well. They're coming out of the half-court locker room. Good analysis up there. Good catch. See that? See, you need to talk more. And Kaden will agree with me, and Anna will, and I believe Sam will as well. You need to talk more.
He could feed me
questions.
Sometimes.
Well, he's got your number. Just tell him what you want. I'm pretty sure he'll send it to you. Kaden likes to be heard. We've got him on the group chat. We'll be all right. So 3.5 to go. Triton coming out of the timeout. They're starting 5 on the floor. Faulkner will check in with those 4 fouls. She'll have to be careful here for the next 3.5 minutes. Gerhardt with her 4 fouls for Winamac. She'll have to be careful as well. As Attinger, Campbell, Ulrich, Kreft, and Gerhardt are the 5 out there. As we said, Triton starting 5s out there on the floor now. Yates, one of 2 seniors, recognized here early tonight, here on senior night. There's Atkins on the left wing, back to Yates. Down to Veers in the low block. Gets it tipped around, regains possession. Has to hold her balance to get it back in play. Yates will drive down the baseline. Goes up strong with a shot off the mark. Winamac gets the rebound. Pushing to the floor. Jocelyn Faulkner intercepts it. And a foul call on the Warriors. And that'll put Triton in the bonus.
That foul's going to be on number 20, Ulrich. That's her 4th, team 7th. She's got to be, now there's 2 Winamac players that are now in foul trouble.
Did you see that message? I agree. I think Orion is the best commentator around. That's why he's the Hall of Famer. The 1-on-1 bonus, Faulkner's off the mark. Put back by Veers is good. She's got a game-high 25 points. 3-pointer deep from Kreft, back iron, no good. Attinger with the rebound. Back to Kreft, she'll try another one. Can't get that one to go home.
We were talking about one of Groves' state games, and it got brought up that he purposely made a kid miss a free throw so that way they could get the putback and win the game.
That is,
and they won.
I'm telling you what, that is such great strategy, because that shows how much trust you have in your guys, especially down there in the getting the rebound and basket. But you also see that too when you're up by 3 and you're like half a second left. You don't want to give them a chance. Throw it off the rim as hard as you can and run. And Gerhardt gets that one to go. And a timeout for Winamac.
Over there at North Judson, their Blue Jays are ahead of LaVille 38-31 in girls action. And LaVille was kind of dismal there in the third quarter because they led at halftime 27-23. So we play LaVille on Monday night, JV plays on Monday, Varsity's on Tuesday. If one of the JV or both teams win on Monday, they'll play on Wednesday. This is a bi-county. Then the girls' semifinal and consolation games is on Thursday. And same for the boys, but on Friday. And then all the championships are on Saturday.
And for the girls, all 3 teams they'll face in bi-county, if they want to have a chance, or 3 teams potentially they could, one team they for sure will. But potential 3 of the teams in their side of the bracket have all defeated them this season, and between Argus, Bremen, and LaVille. Oh, no, they beat LaVille. I'm sorry. Did
we beat LaVille.
That's what I thought. But LaVille really kind of owned that game. That's why, that game there, LaVille's defense and how they slow things down, that's a pretty good basketball team. Yeah. It doesn't quite show how, their record doesn't quite show it. This is a group that has some big wins. They defeated Glenn the other night. So, this is a group that can play extremely hard. So try now. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. They got to finish this one first. Gives it back to Atkins. Goes back to Yates. And a foul call coming on Winamac.
Fouls on number 3, Kingsley Kreft. That's her third. Team's 8th.
Winamac foul, number 3, Kreft, her third, team foul number 8.
You know, I'm still getting used to Crawl on the sideline, but I like her when she's coaching. She's so
She
some of her
lets everything
reactions.
roll off, and she just laughs at everything.
I like it. And Yates will get called for a foul, I believe.
Foul's going to be on number 4, Taryn Yates. That's her second, team 7th.
And this will be Croft's first trip to the free throw line.
Her and Kreft are just back to back, fouling each other. What?
Oh, he saw it.
Oh, a message?
Starting to sound like Orion in these text messages now. Croft's second free throw rattles home. She's perfect on that trip. And she's got a team high 17. Goes to Atkins. Back up to Faulkner. Inside 2 minutes to go. Back to Atkins. Over to Yates is trying looks to use some clock. So Winamac settling back into his trapping zone here. Yates will lead it over. Tip by Kreft. Fierce has got it to Groves in the corner. Triton really working this defense. Yates with it up top. Trying to draw the foul, and Kreft will get called, I believe.
Fouls on number 3, Kingsley Kreft. That's her 4th, team's 9th.
Team foul number 9.
And Yates missed her last free throw attempt. One bonus. This is the senior putting up double digits. I believe she's got a double-double. We'll have Sam check.
Yes,
1 point
does.
with her assists.
Yep. Coach wanted her to have a triple-double, but
Kreft past the half-court line. Goes to Gerhardt on the right wing. She'll retreat to the corner, trying to find a place to go. Good defense by Faulkner. Campbell works it out. Kreft for a corner 3, puts it in. She's got a team-high 20 now, as that lead is cut to 4. Just over a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. It's anything like the JV game. It came down to the wire. Looks like we're going to have another barn burner here in the varsity matchup.
I hate these games.
Why?
That are like so close. It's just like neck and neck the entire game, and it just has me like sitting on the edge of my seat. I'm like,
those are the best games to call.
No.
Yes, they are.
To call, okay, yeah, I get that. But like you're sitting here watching it, and it's like, I don't like it.
These are the fun ones. I don't know.
I like when we're up by a lot.
She's got 9 assists, so she's 1 assist shy of a double-double. Thank you, Sam.
Tonight?
Tonight.
Okay.
One assist shy of a double-double. See, that's one of the perks of having you sit next to us, Sam, is just instant stats. I like it.
Is that with her rebounds or assists?
Assists.
Okay.
10 points, 9 assists.
Got it.
There you go. So Winamac with 1 timeout left. The Trojans with 2. 4-point ball game. It's the official warn both teams how many timeouts they have left. Must have heard what I was doing up here. This Triton will go to inbound. Full court pressure defense now by the Warriors, who owned that first half. It's been Triton here in the second. They have 26 points. Excuse me, 25 points. And a foul call on Winamac. They'll send Yates back to the line.
Fouls on number 14, Kaya Campbell, her first, team's 10th.
And Yates to the line. Yates 23 of 49 coming into this game. Can't get that one to go. She's in the double bonus. The Trojans only 4 of 10 from the charity stripe. It's a quick conversation with Coach over here with Jolie Groves. They have a quick conversation this final free throw. As Yates goes again. can't get the friendly bounce to go in. Veer's fighting for it. Jump ball call, and Triton hangs on to it. Veers goes to inbound. Tipped by Campbell. Stay right here. Carl calls out what she wants to see from her inbound. The play, she calls it. Veers trying to find where to go. Yates trying to get freed up. Tipped by Winamac. It'll stay right here. Triton's got to be careful. That was almost 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the whistle to go. Kroll was trying to call timeout just in case. Veers finds Yates a little earlier this time. Now to Faulkner. Getting swarmed, and Campbell, I believe, will get called for the foul possibly.
Fouls on number 14, Campbell. Her second, team's 11.
Winamac foul number 14.
It goes past 10.
We're getting fancy down there.
I thought it stopped at 10.
And Faulkner connects. She's 2 of 3 tonight. Kroll will call a full timeout. With that lead up to 5.
Kroll is very smart about using her timeouts.
You know, she doesn't use them unless she has to. You know,
right.
Faulkner coming in to make a note. She's only missed 8 free throws on the year, 14 of 22 at 64%. And here tonight, 2 of 3. But Triton, you know, both teams from the free throw line are both 5 and 12 here tonight. You know, Triton 3 of 13 from the three-point arc, 8 of 22 for the Warriors. They're 9 of 20 inside the arc, and Triton 19 of 34 in the 2-point area on the floor.
They must have heard you. They changed it back to 10.
See?
Where's your pen?
I mean, where's my pen? Would you bring yours?
There it is.
The peanut gallery's having a huddle of their own over there.
They've done it all night tonight.
Oh, well, I haven't been watching.
Faulkner with 1 free throw. Ball's live on this shot. Free throw's on the way. Gets the roll for Faulkner. 8 points tonight for her. I don't know about the second name on there. I promised her.
Okay.
We'll take who we get. That one knocked out of bounds by the Trojans. It'll stay right here with Winamac. It's a battle between these two teams. Triton won the first 3 matchups, and Winamac's won the last 3. Winning by 1 a season ago. Kreft deep 3 on the way, off the mark, no good. Campbell with the rebound, tries to feed, goes off of Faulkner, and it'll stay right here. There's been some tight games, 42-32, 36-35, and 35-36 last year. So there have been some tight games between these two schools. As Yates knocks it away, trying to fight through, and I think we're going to foul call. And Yates hits the deck. She might have got tied up there. Hope Taryn's okay.
That foul's going to be on number 3, Kingsley Kreft. That's her 5th. Team's 8th. Nope. 12th. Why did they change it to 11 again?
I don't know.
Fouls on Winamac number 3, Kreft.
And Emily Bug will check in for Taryn Yates, who's went out. The Trojans will have to finish the next 34 seconds possibly without her, as Emily Bug will check in.
Smith checking in for Winamac, and for Triton, number 24, Emily Bug.
Emily Bug's free throw rolls in. She finds her way into the scorer's column here tonight. Hit a couple threes there in the JV game. Second free throw bounces out. Winamac to go in a hurry here as their leading scorer now on the bench the rest of the game. Smith now, 25 seconds, goes to Gerhardt, kicks out. Piper Link for 3. Can't get that one to go. Maddie Smith with the rebound. Piper Link hits the deck. Winamac will turn it over. 16.9 to go.
They are playing for a couple picks here and for conference. First team all conference.
Atkins gets fouled hard, or gets knocked down hard. To Groves, 5 seconds, and the Trojans will improve to 11 wins on the season. As Link shot, the buzzer was behind, and Triton will win to go 3-2 in the conference. So improve to 11-7 on the season, and Winamac will fall to 5-13. I'll push the stats, and we will be doing interviews. So why don't you go get? Okay. We'll do coach, of course, and see if the one person that you wrote their name down, if they want to do it or not, because you're asking questions. So okay. Go for it. Did you get those up there?
Yep. Give me a second here.
Move this over.
So our game statistics, team-wise, Triton was 7 of 15 from free throw line. Winamac was 5 of 12. Inside the arc, Triton was 19 of 34. Winamac 9 of 20. Outside the arc, Triton 3 of 13. Winamac 8 of 24. Triton had 11 turnovers. Winamac had 18. Scoring for the Warriors. Kreft had 20. Piper 10. Campbell 8. Gerhardt 7. Ulrich 2. And the Lady Trojans scoring. Addison Beers 25, Taryn Yates 10, Jocelyn Faulkner 8, Kinsey Atkins 6, Jolie Groves 4, and Emily Bugg had that last free throw there for 1.
So that being said, we'll take a break as Anna went down to get interviews, and we'll be right back here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
Hey, Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
Sandra, tell me your favorite thing about Indiana high school sports.
Well, Chris, as a fellow IHSA assistant commissioner, I don't know if I can choose just one. Tell me, what's yours?
It's the little victories, the day-to-day achievements of student athletes, the real character-building stuff.
Absolutely. One of mine as well. All the hard work off the court, the field, the mat, the deck, those defining moments during practices that the crowd never sees.
Exactly. And we don't celebrate those victories enough.
We don't. And there's an even bigger victory we need to celebrate.
That's right. We welcome fans back to high school sporting events across Indiana.
So, buy a ticket to your high school's next athletic event. The schools and student athletes deserve your support.
They need you in the stands now more than ever.
This is your team. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
All right, well, take it away, Anna. This question
All right,
section's
Jocelyn,
yours.
if you could let one teammate run practice, who would it be and why?
If I could have one teammate run practice, it'd probably be Danica, because she doesn't like to do much, and we'd probably get out of practice really early, 5-minute practice, and then be bye, go home.
So who's the one that you wouldn't want to run a practice?
I definitely wouldn't want Jolie. Jolie is so outgoing and hard working.
No, tell Andy what her favorite drill is.
Oh, IU layups.
No, full court layups.
Oh, full, yeah, same thing.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But still, that's a fun drill, though. I don't know why you guys don't like that one.
I like full court layups. I like to run, so.
See, that's kind of like the drills we used to do for baseball.
We know you like to run.
Well, hey, I mean, it fits. I mean, both of you two like to run.
Yeah.
So now we've established practice, okay?
Yeah.
And we have Coach Carl. So now, since your mom's not up here, I can ask this question.
Okay.
So between your mom and Coach Carl, who's tougher at practice?
Definitely my mom. If they, one night they did, 50 down and backs because they weren't boxing out. And I was like, we came out here and started practicing, and we only did, 4 down and backs. And I was like,
it was like every time
what?
they missed a rebound, they had to do it down and back.
However, and with Justina running with your mom running practice, that's you'll either figure it out or you'll continue to run.
Yep, exactly.
That was the one thing for us when I played basketball was you hit your free throws. You missed a free throw, you ran. Oh my Lord! I only had to run twice.
Oh wow, that's impressive.
Twice. Well, I didn't miss free. That's all I ever practiced was free throws. I mean, those were important points. I wasn't super tall, so getting close to the basket when I did was kind of almost half impossible. But still. But, that run will make you think twice.
Mm-hmm. She'll bring me in here, and if I don't make a shot, then, man,
you're done.
Yeah.
Okay, well, since we're not doing too many more, I was kind of hoping one of the 2 seniors would do this tonight, but that's okay. We won't judge them for this. But, okay, so who would bring so snacks? Because obviously you gotta have snacks. Like tonight, it all comes down to fruit snacks and the juice boxes.
We're having cake.
You're having cake.
Yeah, and cookies.
And cookies. So good after game snack. Which teammate do you think would pick the best snacks if you guys had one teammate to choose?
Wait, can I answer this question?
Any of my teammates, or just between the 2 seniors?
Jolie.
Well,
okay, calm down.
Well, easy there.
Calm down.
Easy there, speed racer. Now, hang on now. Any one of the teammates, coaches don't matter. Just pick one person. You're going to send down here to Dollar General to go and get snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that one person going to be, and who's the one person you would definitely not let go in there and pick out snacks? You got a few to choose from here.
Mm-hmm. To go get snacks, probably Taryn, just because she is always eating a Reese's or a bag of chips or something.
Okay, so Taryn knows her way to the snacks. Who's the one teammate you wouldn't let do it? Or teammate or coach, it doesn't matter.
Well, Kenzie's usually eating pretty healthy. I'm going to have to admit it.
Although there's nothing wrong with eating healthy.
No, there's not, but when I think of a snack, I think of
something
junk
you're
food.
You're not supposed to have.
Yeah,
okay. Okay. Well, what about you, since you wanted to participate in the question?
I was going to say Julie, but now I think Lindsay. Lindsay's a mom, she knows the good snacks.
Well, she's a new mom, so she's still learning things.
No,
we can't be after her too hard. It doesn't matter.
No, she knows the good snacks, so I would let her pick the snacks.
Oh, you let her pick the snack? Well, I didn't. Well, I figured she'd be bringing the puff things that they give.
The little baby puffs.
Those things are good.
They are good.
They got better when we had Jackson. Now Danny's were they taste like cardboard, but the baby snacks,
they taste like cardboard.
They got better after 4 years. And
the banana ones.
Banana ones are good. The strawberry ones are pretty good too. So.
I don't.
I like the little yogurt melts.
Dude, she loves those.
Oh, those are good too. Those are good.
Dude, they're not good. They're not good.
Well, you can stick them to your forehead. Jackson was pretty good at that. He'd lick them and stick them to his forehead. So
that's funny.
So I don't know.
I'll go get Coach Cole if you want me to.
She's down chatting. We'll let her chat unless she's
got friends here tonight.
She's got friends, so we'll let her have fun. So why don't you sign us off there?
Until next time, remember the Trojan way.
This broadcast on the IHSAA Champions Network is copyrighted by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and may not be rebroadcast or retransmitted without the express written consent of the Indiana High School Athletic Association. This is your IHSAA.